The resurrection of Jesus, a dramatic Bible narration, Matthew 28. The night had been long, and sorrow hung in the air. The disciples were still mourning, their hearts heavy with grief. But as the first light of dawn crept over the horizon, something miraculous was about to unfold. It was early in the morning on the first day of the week. Mary Magdalene and the other Mary made their way to the tomb. Their steps were slow, weighed down by sorrow. But as they neared the burial place, the earth suddenly trembled. A violent earthquake shook the ground beneath them. And then a dazzling light. An angel of Jehovah descended from heaven, his appearance as bright as lightning, his robe shining like snow. The guards standing at the tomb were struck with terror. Their faces paled, their bodies trembled. And then they collapsed to the ground. Like lifeless men, the angel, standing before the massive stone that had sealed the tomb, rolled it away with ease. He turned to the two women and spoke, "Do not be afraid. I know you are looking for Jesus, who was executed on the stake. He's not here, for he was raised up, just as he said. Come, see the place where he was lying." The women's eyes widened in astonishment. The tomb was empty. Jesus was gone, not taken but resurrected. The angel continued, "Go quickly and tell his disciples that he was raised up from the dead, and look, he is going ahead of you into Galilee. You will see him there." With hearts pounding, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary turned and ran from the tomb. Fear and overwhelming joy filled them as they rushed to tell the disciples. But then another miracle. As they hurried along the path, suddenly Jesus himself appeared before them. Greetings," he said. The women stopped in their tracks, gasping in disbelief, but as they looked upon him, their eyes filled with tears, not of sorrow, but of pure, overwhelming joy. They fell at his feet, worshiping him. Jesus spoke to them gently, "Do not be afraid. Go, tell my brothers to go to Galilee, and there they will see me." Meanwhile, the guards who had fainted at the sight of the angel regained consciousness. Trembling, they hurried to the chief priests and reported everything that had happened. The priests were in shock. If the people found out that Jesus had risen, it would change everything, so they devised a lie. They gave the soldiers a large sum of money and told them, "Say, his disciples came by night and stole him while we were sleeping. If this gets reported to the governor, we will make sure you don't get into trouble." And so the soldiers took the money and spread the false story. To this day, that lie is still repeated, but the truth was unshakable. The 11 disciples did as Jesus commanded. They went to Galilee, to the mountain where he had arranged to meet them. As they saw him, they bowed down in worship, though some still struggled to comprehend the greatness of what had happened. Then Jesus spoke words that would echo throughout history. "All authority has been given me in heaven and on the earth. Go therefore, and make disciples of people of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all the things I have commanded you. And look, I'm with you all the days until the conclusion of the system of things." And so, the greatest mission began. The tomb was empty. The resurrection was real. Jesus had conquered death, and his promise still stands today.